There are harsh truths about money that nobody tells you when you're young, and by the time you figure them out, you've already wasted years or decades making devastating mistakes. These aren't pleasant truths. They're uncomfortable, brutal, and most people refuse to accept them because accepting them requires admitting they've been doing everything wrong. But understanding these realities is the difference between building wealth and staying broke forever. I'm Kyle, and today I'm exposing the brutal truths about money that society hides, your parents didn't teach you, and schools deliberately ignore. These are the realities that separate the 10% who retire wealthy from the 90% who work until they die. This isn't motivational, it's confrontational. If you're not ready to hear hard truths, leave now. But if you want to understand exactly why most people fail financially and what you need to do differently, this will change everything. Let's dive in. Brutal truth number 1. Nobody is coming to save you. Your parents, the government, your employer, society, none of them care if you retire broke. Social Security will cover maybe $20,000 to $25,000 per year if it even exists when you retire. Your employer will lay you off the moment it's financially convenient. Your parents likely don't have enough saved for their own retirement, let alone yours. The system is designed to keep you working until you die, consuming everything you earn and never building wealth. Waiting for someone to rescue you is delusional. You are 100% responsible for your financial future. If you don't take aggressive action, saving 20 to 30% of income, investing relentlessly, avoiding debt, living below your means, you will work until 70 and die broke. This is statistically certain. The people who retire wealthy understand this in their 20s and act accordingly. The people who stay broke wait for rescue that never comes. Brutal truth number 2. Your lifestyle is actively destroying your wealth. Every dollar you spend on consumption, dining out, new cars, luxury apartments, vacations, designer clothes, is a dollar that can't compound into wealth. The $50,000 car you financed isn't just $50,000, it's $380,000 in lost wealth over 30 years if that money were invested at 7%. The $3,000 a month apartment isn't just $36,000 a year, it's $3.5 million over 30 years. Every lifestyle choice has an opportunity cost most people never calculate. You're not enjoying life. You're trading decades of freedom for years of consumption. The brutal reality is that living like everyone else guarantees you'll end up like everyone else, broke, stressed, and working until you die. Building wealth requires living far below your means for 20 to 30 years. It's uncomfortable, boring, and socially isolating, but it's the only path that works. Brutal truth number 3. Debt is financial cancer, and most people are terminally ill. Credit card balances, car loans, student loans, personal loans, these aren't normal. They're devastating. Carrying $20,000 in credit card debt at 20% interest costs $4,000 per year in interest alone. Over 10 years, that's $40,000 wasted, or $156,000 in lost investment growth. Car loans are equally destructive. Financing a $40,000 car for 6 years at 5% means you pay $46,000 total, and the car is worth $15,000 when you're done. You lost $31,000. Meanwhile, buying an $8,000 used car cash and investing the $32,000 difference turns into $243,000 over 30 years. Debt isn't just expensive, it's wealth destruction. Every month you carry debt, you're choosing poverty over wealth. The people who build wealth avoid debt religiously. The people who stay broke normalize it.
Brutal truth number 4. Your salary doesn't determine your wealth, your savings rate does. There are teachers earning $45,000 who retire as millionaires and doctors earning $300,000 who die broke. Income is irrelevant if you spend everything. A 50% savings rate on $50,000, $25,000 saved, builds more wealth than a 5% savings rate on $150,000, $7,500 saved. Most people focus on earning more but never learn to spend less, so lifestyle inflation consumes every raise. They earn six figures and still live paycheck to paycheck because they upgraded everything. The brutal reality, if you can't build wealth on $50,000, you won't build it on $150,000 either. Discipline beats income every time. The path to wealth isn't a higher salary, it's a higher savings rate, maintained for decades. Most people never accept this because it requires sacrifice, and sacrifice is uncomfortable. Brutal truth number 5. Compounding takes decades, and most people quit too early. Everyone wants to get rich quickly. They chase crypto, meme stocks, day trading, get-rich-quick schemes, and lose everything. The reality is that building wealth is boring, slow, and takes 20 to 30 years of consistent investing in index funds. The first $100,000 takes 8 to 10 years. The next $100,000 takes 4 to 6 years. The next $100,000 takes 2 to 3 years. It's exponential, but the early years feel glacially slow. Most people quit after 2 to 3 years because they're impatient. They see no progress and give up. But the people who persist for 20 to 30 years become millionaires. The brutal reality, there is no shortcut. Compounding requires time. If you're not willing to invest consistently for 30 years, you will never build wealth. Period. Accept this now or stay broke forever. Brutal truth number 6. Your friends and family will sabotage you. When you start living frugally, driving a beater car, living in a tiny apartment, cooking every meal, skipping vacations, people will judge you. Why are you so cheap? You make good money, enjoy life. You're missing out. They'll pressure you to inflate your lifestyle, keep up with them, and conform to social norms. This isn't malicious, it's crab mentality. They're uncomfortable with your discipline because it highlights their lack of it. If you cave to social pressure, you'll stay broke like everyone else. The brutal reality, building wealth requires ignoring everyone. Your peers, your family, society, they don't care if you retire broke. They care that you make them feel comfortable by staying broke with them. The people who build wealth accept loneliness, judgment, and social isolation for decades. It's the price of freedom. Brutal truth number 7. Financial mistakes compound just like wealth. One bad decision, financing a car, carrying credit card debt, buying a house you can't afford, doesn't just cost you today, it costs you for decades because of lost compounding. Financing a $30,000 car instead of buying an $8,000 beater costs you $243,000 over 30 years. Carrying $10,000 in credit card debt for 10 years cost you $78,000 in lost investment growth. Every financial mistake has exponential consequences. The brutal reality is you can't afford to make mistakes. One bad decision in your 20s can cost you 5 to 10 years of retirement. Most people make dozens of these mistakes and wonder why they're broke at 60. Meanwhile, people who avoid mistakes, no debt, no car loans, no lifestyle inflation, compound their way to millions. Perfection isn't required, but discipline is.
Brutal truth number 8. Starting late is nearly impossible to recover from. If you start investing at 25 and contribute $500 a month at 8%, you'll have $1.75 million by 65. If you wait until 35 to start, you'll have $745,000, less than half. If you wait until 45, you'll have $297,000, barely enough to survive retirement. The math is unforgiving. Time is the most powerful variable in wealth building, and you can't buy it back. The brutal reality? If you're 40 with $0 saved, becoming a millionaire by 65 requires saving $2,500 to $3,000 a month. Most people can't do that. Starting late means working longer, saving more aggressively, and accepting that you'll never catch up to people who started early. The window to build wealth is your 20s to 40s. If you waste that window, recovery is nearly impossible. Start now or accept mediocrity forever. Brutal truth number 9.
Most people will work until they die. The median retirement savings for Americans aged 55 to 64 is around $180,000. At a 4% withdrawal rate, that's $7,200 per year. Combined with Social Security, around $20,000 to $25,000 a year, that's $27,200 to $32,200 annually. That's poverty. Most people will either work part-time into their 70s or live in financial desperation. This isn't because they were unlucky, it's because they spent decades making terrible decisions. They inflated lifestyle, carried debt, saved nothing, and assumed it would work out. It didn't. The brutal reality is, if you're on the path most people are on, you will end up where most people end up, broke, stressed, and working until you physically can't. Breaking this trajectory requires radical action today. Cutting expenses, saving 30 to 40%, avoiding all debt, and investing for 20 to 30 years. Anything less guarantees you join the broke majority. Brutal truth number 10. Comfort now equals suffering later. Every time you choose short-term comfort over long-term security, you're trading years of freedom for moments of pleasure. The $200 dinner, the $40,000 car, the luxury apartment, these feel good now, but steal from your future. The brutal reality is that most people optimize for comfort today and suffer for decades in retirement. They prioritize vacations, restaurants, new cars, and status symbols in their 20s to 50s, then work into their 70s because they have no savings. Meanwhile, people who sacrifice comfort for 20 to 30 years, living modestly, driving beaters, cooking at home, skipping vacations, retire wealthy in their 50s and 60s and live in comfort for 40-plus years. The choice is binary: suffer now and thrive later, or thrive now and suffer later. Most people choose the latter and regret it forever. Choose wisely. At the core, the brutal reality about money is this: nobody is coming to save you, your lifestyle is destroying your wealth, debt is killing you, income doesn't matter if you can't save, compounding takes decades, people will sabotage you, mistakes compound exponentially, starting late is nearly impossible, most people will die broke, and comfort today means suffering tomorrow. These truths are harsh, uncomfortable, and most people will reject them, but rejecting reality doesn't change it. Start today. Audit your spending, cut one major expense, eliminate debt, automate 20 to 30% of income to investments, and commit to 20 to 30 years of discipline. Tell me in the comments, which brutal truth hit you hardest, and what's one thing you'll change this week? Reality is brutal, but it rewards those who accept it and act. Let's build wealth together.